Hey guys, welcome back to Trick Code. Today we're doing another Brainstellar Quant puzzle. This one is called Water and Wine. This is an easy problem. I'll let you guys go over it once. So just to explain what's going on, we've got two jars over here, water and wine, right? I mean, one contains water and the other contains wine. Both of them have equal volume. Say initially they both had L. Now a certain amount of water, let's just say X amount of water is transferred to the wine container, and then of that mixture, X amount of that mixture is transferred back to the water beaker. And we've been asked that is there now more water in the wine than there is wine in the water? So basically, in the end, there's going to be some amount of wine in the water container, and there's going to be some amount of water in the wine container. And we've been asked about the size between these two impurities, which one is greater. So I guess there's like not a lot of hints for this problem. One way, if you haven't, like, just to help you guys reach the solution if you haven't already, is to basically try to use extreme cases. So by extreme cases I mean like try to have x equal to 0 or x equal to L and see what happens. This approach might help you like get to the answer, but the answer in itself also is a pretty easy and elegant solution. So coming to the solution, well, there's two main points over here. We know that during the initial state, there was the equal volumes in both the containers, say L and N. Right? Now in the final state, we again have L and L volumes, right? Given there are a few impurities in both of them, but still the total volumes in both the containers are L and L. Why is this? Because X amount of liquid went from the first container to the second, and then X amount of container came back. So basically, the volume of each container stayed the same from the initial state to the very final state. So why is this important? Well, since both of them have the same exact volumes, um, if let's say this water container were to have X amount of wine in it, then this would mean that there's L minus X water in it. If there's L minus X water in the water container and there was initially L amount of water, this means that this has to be X, so that this X plus L minus X add up to be L. And likewise, so since there's X amount of wine over here, there has to be L minus X amount of wine over here, so that these two add up to be L. As you can see, there's X amount of wine in the water, and there's X amount of water in the wine. So these two are the exact same. And I mean, that's kind of common sense too. It's just that this problem is tricky in the sense that you don't like that doesn't really strike you initially, does it? So this is the written solution given on the Brainstellar website. And I think the hint itself is like enough to really understand what's going on over here. And this is also the formal solution if you like need to read through it. So that this is basically it. The trick was that since both of them have the same volumes of liquids initially and finally, whatever impurity is in one of them would be the exact same amount as the amount of impurity in the second one. Since if there's X amount of water that ends up being over here, but this has a final volume of L2, that means that there had to be an X amount of wine that reached over here in order to make sure that both of them end up with L volumes. So that's it. Thank you.